Oh, you hear me, right? Okay. Okay, guys. Today we're going to talk about gratitude. And specifically, many of you probably practice gratitude journaling. Hamza really pushes this, or maybe not as much recently, but in the past. And it's a very important habit to gratitude journal and just be more grateful for the things around you. And like many things, like meditation, like working out, there's a way to level this habit up. And so I really want to talk about that because many people might wonder, I write things I'm grateful for and so on, but like, how do I push this? How do I make myself better with my gratitude journaling and so on? So first of all, I'd like to start saying how I really think this habit is underrated. I honestly wish more people knew about it because personally, it just makes my life so much better. And I'm really going to I saw some people said that they don't get gratitude journaling. We're going to start from the start. We're going to pretty much, what's good, Coach, Woj, and everyone else. Yeah, we're gonna start from the start. We're really gonna break it down. If you're a beginner, if you don't know what the hell this is, I really want to break it down. And then we're gonna slowly go up. And I'm gonna let you guys know some tricks and tips of how to basically elevate your gratitude. So a little bit about myself, boys. I'm now in college, but when I was in high school, I honestly felt like every day was almost like a means to an end. You wake up in the morning, you probably could relate, you wake up in the morning for school, and I believe someone's recording. Can we just verify you're recording before I push forward? Okay, good. So yeah, I'm pretty sure many people could relate, especially when you're younger and you got to go to school and you're just dreading school. You wake up in the morning to that alarm of yours, and all you could do is just say another day of school, another day of this shit. It's so negative, but I'm pretty sure many of you have been there. And I could say for myself, just waking up with negativity, waiting for the next big thing, waiting for the weekend. It almost felt like a means to an end. And I'm pretty sure some of you guys could relate. Yeah. You never slow down to appreciate life. And I think without gratitude, you can't really do that. And it took me a while to understand this. Every day was a means to an end for the weekend, for the next test to get that over with, for the next whatever. You just don't get time to appreciate life. Many people that are listening right now could probably attest that this is their life today. And it's normal. It's not a bad thing. And I really want to help you out of this because after I discovered gratitude, I could say with clarity that my life has changed ever since. Specifically daily gratitude. I think like everything like working out, meditating, you can't expect to do it once a week or like a minute a day and pretend that it's going to help you. Yeah, for all you wondering and you don't know anything about gratitude, we're going to break it down. We're going to go from the complete beginner to the experts, the gratitude experts. First of all, what are the benefits of daily gratitude? Note that I said daily. There was a study by UC Davis and UMiami. They ran a little study about gratitude, and they concluded, quote unquote, that those who wrote about gratitude were more optimistic and felt better about their lives. They also exercised more and had fewer visits to physicians. Gratitude trains your mind to have more positive thoughts. What do I mean about this? Your brain could think about one thought at a time, whether it's negative or a positive thought. We could honestly think about one thing at a time. You try to think about two things, an elephant and a dog at the same time. If you think it's possible, it's not. Your brain just cannot do that, right? And this goes along with positive and negative thoughts. So the more you fill your mind with these positive thoughts, which is what gratitude does, dog riding an elephant, which is what gratitude does, and then you're just going to ensure that you have more of those positive thoughts, and you're going to worry less. Your brain, instead of having 20% positive thoughts and 80 negative throughout the day, you're going to flip that around. You're going to completely reverse that. And it takes time. This is not something that's easy, but I will break it down. Another benefit of gratitude is you honestly find ways to make shitty events awesome. What do I mean by this? Well, let me give you an example. I think like 3 weeks ago, I don't know if you guys know, there's a thing in the United States called City Bike. It's basically a bike station that you can rent bikes, like for cheap, like $5, $6. And so I went to get one of those bikes, and I went to go back to my apartment. And right near my apartment, that station was completely full. I had to travel like 2 more miles by bike and then walk 2 miles. Now, the average person in this scenario, a shitty scenario, you could argue, sees it as very shitty, right? Like, come on, I have to walk. And I have to admit, right, that was the first instinct in my head. I'm not immune to this. Neither are you. And so that was the first instinct in my head. Immediately, I felt like, shit, I have to walk, I have to bike more. This is such an annoying thing. But then, my daily gratitude kind of kicked in. And the scale just immediately, it flipped my brain. I didn't even have to do anything. I was like, wait, why am I being so negative? Like, let's find a way to find the positive in this event. Yeah, thank you. Let's find a way to find a positive about this event. So immediately I was like, wait, listen, I'm actually going to go for a nice walk. I get to bike a little bit more. This is awesome. Let's enjoy the wind. Let's enjoy just everything. Yeah, the positive is a cardio. It was more annoying because I think I was late to some meeting and so on. But you can understand how just annoying and shitty events in your life are not really shitty anymore when you have gratitude. Finally, because I really want to help you guys and give you practical advice. Final benefit, and there's a million others, but I'm just going to highlight what I really love, is journaling for 5 minutes a day and for what we're grateful for can enhance our long-term happiness by 10%. Now, this is 5 minutes a day. Imagine what I'm going to teach you today, which is ways to level up. Imagine how much long-term happiness you can have. If this is 10%, we could be talking 20, 30, 40. But you get the point. I could go on and on about these benefits. There are a lot. But I really want to just jump and help you with gratitude. So how to get started with gratitude? Like progressive overloading at the gym, we got to start from somewhere, right? Like you start with like 5 reps, 6, 7. We gotta get you starting. We gotta get you at the gym. So this is for absolute beginners. Now, And for the absolute beginner, start with writing one thing you're grateful for. Pull out a notebook, not on your computer, not on your phone. I really, really suggest you use a notebook and have a pen and paper and start writing one thing you're grateful for per day. Now, yeah, you're going to be like, this is boring. I don't like this. I don't see any benefits. This is stupid. Yeah, but just like going to the gym, we need you at the gym. Yeah, I'll be honest. It's not really going to help you saying one thing you're grateful for. But we need you at the gym. So start with writing one thing you're grateful for every day, if you aren't doing already. And over the next few weeks and days, you're going to build it up. You're going to write 2, 3, 4, and 5 things you're grateful for. Let's call this the list of 5. You're going to have 5 things you're grateful for. And before you're ready to level up, I really want to make sure that you're consistent. Really be consistent with these things you're grateful for that you're writing every day. Otherwise, this is just not going to work. I want you to have a mindset that this is going to be a long-term thing. You're going to be 60-year-old, you're going to be a 60-year-old, 70-year-old, and you're going to be finding ways to be grateful. You're going to be writing in your gratitude journal. This is not something you're going to do for 5 months, 5 years. This is a long-term thing. You want this for the rest of your life. And that's a really awesome mindset. Just visualize yourself being 60, 70, just being so grateful. And we want to start now. We don't want to wait. So after you have the list of 5, and you've been pretty consistent, you're not missing days, you're ready to level up. And I really want you to hold judgment, right? Because this lecture, you're going to be like, some people are going to be like, this is stupid. What, I need this? Let me just get to the gym. Let me just work on my business. Yeah, I get that. But honestly, if you have this mindset, this lecture is not for you. Like, don't continue listening if you have a mindset that this is just not going to work for you. Because it just won't. You know? So, whatever you believe is what will happen. So if you believe gratitude won't help for you, I can't really convince you in this lecture. And especially with the next couple of strategies I'll teach you about leveling up this skill, go try it yourself. Hold judgment until you're consistent for over a month, and then we could talk. This is exactly like meditation. So many people start with meditation and they're like, it didn't work. It just didn't work. I did it for one time, did it for a week. Hold judgment. Anyone that meditated for 6 months, 10 months, 12 months could attest that it works. So same thing with gratitude. I'm telling you, I've been doing this consistently for over a year. And I'm telling you, it works. It changes your life. And you're going to be very grateful for the next couple of strategies. They're just going to change your life. So let's start with the first thing, how to level up. You're going to, as I said, you're going to write the 5 things you're grateful for and be consistent. When you feel like it's time to level up, start with this strategy. Now, many people, the average person, right? Your average Joe, your average Jeffrey. Thank you for the nice words, by the way. Your average Jeffrey is going to wake up in the morning and go to sleep with negative thoughts. What do I mean by negative thought? Yeah, it's a little bit general, but let's be specific. And I've been there too. The everyday person goes to sleep being like, damn, this day was so shitty. I didn't do whatever I wanted to do. So many tasks are left undone. Damn, this happened, so annoying. Okay, let's go to sleep. Imagine going to sleep like that. Do you really think that you're going to wake up in the morning and have a great day? Like, seriously. And many people are not aware of it. And I say many times, awareness of itself is transformative. And so just be aware. How are your thoughts when you go to sleep? How are your thoughts when you wake up in the morning? Really take that time to think about it. And so if your thoughts are negative, because some people are saying maybe their thoughts are negative, we can reverse that. We can force those positive thoughts. I said in the beginning of the lecture that your brain could think about one thing at a time, whether it's a negative thought or a positive thought. You can't think both negative and positive, no matter how much you try or you believe or you say you're the 1%, but we can't do that. And so what are we going to do? The second you go to sleep, you're going to, in addition to your journaling, your gratitude journaling, the 5 things that you're grateful for, you're going to, in your head, mentally think about 10 things you're grateful for. It's very easy. It's even easier than taking out a piece of paper and writing 10 things. This is so effective. It sounds to the average person that just like, come on, tell me the number one trick. This sounds stupid. You could immediately be like, oh, I don't care about this. I just want to go to sleep. I'm tired. It takes less than a minute, like someone just said. Not even. I think it takes me like 30 seconds or less. You don't even have to make it complicated. I'm grateful for the sheets. I'm grateful for the water right beside me. I'm grateful for the day. I'm grateful for this. 10. We're done. Go to sleep. And honestly, it's going to make your next day so much better. And that's actually leading to the next day. The second you go and wake up in the morning, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to do the same exact thing. 10 things you're grateful for right in the morning. The second you open your eyes, imagine how your life could change. Thank you for the words. Imagine how your life could change. So we're doing both. I want you immediately. It's not even hard, right? It doesn't even take time out of your day. You just have to be conscious of this thing. You go to sleep, 10 things you're grateful for. It honestly is even going to make you sleepy. I'll be honest. It honestly makes me a little bit sleepy. And sometimes I go even more, like 30 things you're grateful for. You're going to fall asleep, man. So do that. And then the second you wake up, imagine how many people in the morning, and I've been there, trust me. I told you how in high school, I just dreaded every day of, going to school, waking up early. And now I'm in college and I can do the same, but I choose to push those positive thoughts. So do that in the morning and at night, and you're just going to be ahead of the curve. Most people in the morning, they just think of the shitty events. Damn, I have to go to school. You can't hear me? Okay. Yeah, so many people are just like, damn, I got to go to school. Damn, I have to do this. I have to do that. This is just a shitty day. I can't get out of my bed. Honestly, it's going to motivate you to get out of your bed if you do these 10 things in the morning. So that's strategy number 1. We're going to teach you honestly, a good amount of value in this lecture. And if you're following, and if you have a mindset that's going to work for you, it's going to work for you. This is not bullshit. There's so many scientific studies about gratitude. And this is not some law of attraction BS or anything. This is honestly the no BS gratitude lecture. We're going to teach you everything. Okay, so this is the first thing. I love this quote by Dale Carnegie. He says in his book, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. Really good book if you're interested. This is actually the author of How to Win Friends and Influence People. He says, the tendency to seldom think of what we have, but always of what we lack, is the greatest tragedy on earth. He continues, it has probably caused more misery than all the wars and diseases in history. So exactly like I said, we always think of the negatives. Why can't we just think of what we have, what we're grateful for? It's really not, some people ask, explain gratitude, explain. It's not that complicated. You just be grateful for what you have, what you already have. And so let's go to the strategy number 2. So you're writing the 5 things you're grateful for already. You're a complete beginner. You've been consistent. Now I want you to add one more thing to your gratitude journal. You're going to ask yourself why you're grateful for it. Instead of saying, I'm grateful for my book, you're going to say, why? Why are you grateful for your book? Why are you grateful for your pen? Why are you grateful for this? It could be the silly stuff. And I think someone said before, what if I run out of things to say, to be grateful for? You're never going to run out of things. And you can repeat yourself, but there's just so many things. It could be the silliest thing. You can be grateful for your pen. You could be grateful for the ink of your pen. You know how many times I've said that? So yeah, you're going to write now why you're grateful for something. This really forces your mind to boost your gratitude because you're taking that extra step to think, why am I grateful for this? Yeah, I'm grateful for my phone, but why? Because it helps me communicate with my friends abroad. Something like that easy. Thinking of the why is just another step to boost your gratitude. So now this is what you're going to do. For all those 5 things, you're going to write because. You're going to make sure that word is there. I'm grateful for this, for X, because of Y. That's going to be your template now. So I'm pretty sure you guys got this. It's not really complicated, but just make sure you're asking yourself why and really think. Don't just BS yourself. This is, like mindfulness. This is like a habit. No one really, you're doing it by yourself. It's for you. So just make sure you're really not rushing through it and really try to think why you're grateful for it. You're the only person who's probably going to read it anyway, and it's for you. So really think about why. And so I'd say a bonus tip for this would be every time you start your journaling, change it up. So what do I mean by this? Specifically with the phrase that you start. So you could be, I'm not sure what you guys are doing now or you're not doing anything, but an easy thing to do is just, say, immediately start by saying phone because of this. Like, don't even say I'm grateful for it, but you just say, I'm grateful for maybe once, and then you write computer because why. First of all, start by saying a phrase before every time. That's going to boost your gratitude immensely. So you're going to say, and you're going to start by saying, I'm grateful for X because of Y. You're going to repeat, I'm grateful for every bullet point, every one of the 5 that we talked about. That's really important. And I'm sure some of you are doing it. I'm just pretending you're a complete beginner. You don't know anything about this. And so what I said before about variety is I want you to change it up. You could be saying all the time, I'm grateful, but there are other words that you can express your gratitude with. So, for example, say thank you for. Start with that phrase. That's one thing you could do. You could say, I'm so happy and grateful for. I'm so thankful for. I'm so grateful for. Adding that so as well is really, really good. I'm excited that these are some examples, and really just make sure you have variety, right? Because 1, it's going to be more interesting for you, and 2, it's going to boost your gratitude. Imagine saying, I'm so thankful for this. It's like, it's much more powerful. It's sending, a much more powerful signal to your head. So, yeah, these are some awesome phrases and ideas. Thank you for, I'm so happy and grateful for. I'm so thankful for, I'm so grateful for, I'm excited that. That are some ideas you can, I'm sure there's others. That's some that I use. And yeah, that is strategy number 2. Writing why you're grateful for something and adding phrases that really boost your gratitude. So let's talk about leveling up strategy number 3. After you wrote the 5 things you're grateful for, you have that phrase that we talked about, and you have the why you're grateful for. You're going to go through the list of the things you're grateful for. And this could, the thing I'm about to say, it could sound, one, stupid, or you could believe it's not going to work. But as I said before, hold your judgment. I'm not into the, law of attraction, all the manifestation, some of that is BS. But I really think the thing I'm about to say is not. And this is a no BS lecture. We're going to talk about things that actually work. And so after, as I said, you're going to go through that list that you wrote, and you're going to reread every single bullet point that you wrote. And so as you reread that, what you're going to do to boost your gratitude, you're going to try to feel the gratitude in your chest. It's almost like a warm feeling. The first time you're going to do this, I swear to God, it's going to give you like goosebumps. You're going to try to almost visualize a warm feeling in your chest, in your heart, it could be. But just as you're going through that list, really, really try to feel a feeling of gratitude. You could feel gratitude. You could not only have to write it, you could feel it. So try to practice that. It's not that hard if you have that, mindset that it could work for you. I really believe in that. If you have the mindset that you're going to try it, it's going to work for you. Yeah, coach, we're going to do a Q&A. So if you have the mindset that it's going to work for you, it is going to work for you. So try to feel gratitude. Almost like a warm feeling in your chest as it expands. But that's how I would describe it. So you're reading every single thing and you're trying to feel it in your body. It could be another place. I don't know, your hands. I don't have experience with that. Personally, I have an experience with doing it like that. So feeling in your chest, almost like a warm feeling in your heart, that area. A bonus tip for this is you read it out loud. Hopefully you're not in public or it's weird, but if you're alone, read it out loud. Maybe even whisper it if there's people around you in your room or in your house. Read it. That's going to boost your gratitude. Another bonus tip here. And honestly, smile. As you're reading and as you're doing all these things, you want to just smile. You're grateful. You're happy. This is going to boost your happiness. This is going to boost your gratitude. Like, just imagine how doing all these things at once, how you're going to feel. It's going to, smiling just boosts your mood. So you're going to smile while you do this. And it's going to feel amazing. Coach made me smile. So yeah, boys, smile, say it out loud. All these things are amazing. I really want you to feel the gratitude as you're saying it. Another thing, this is, posture check. Good stuff. Another thing is saying thank you at the end. So when you finish reading your list, you went over it, you reread it. And so you're going to say thank you. It could be once, it could be 10 times. I honestly say it a couple times. It feels really good. But try to say it, also try to speak it, right? Try to maybe whisper it, but say thank you. You could thank, the universe, a higher power, whatever you believe in. That's up to you. But imagine how good you're going to feel if you just thank whatever you believe in. We're not going to get into religion, but just thank the universe, higher power, whatever. Say that multiple times. Thank you. 7, 10 times. I honestly say 10 times. So if you want that as a goal, say 10 times. And yeah, bonus tip I'd say, as you're saying thank you, hold your hands almost like in a praying position, right? Like clasp your hands together when you're going to do that while you say thank you. I really want you to hold judgment, right? Because before you start judging this, or you'd be like, this is stupid. I'm going to look like some stupid guy holding his hands. Trust me, I'm not one of those people that are like law of attraction BS. But hold your hands, Praying is done in, all these religions. We're not going to get to that, but just that position of holding your hands together, just praying in that praying position, we're going to call it, as you say your thank you, is amazing. You're going to feel your gratitude even more. It's going to improve your gratitude, and you're going to feel so much better after that session. And I'm telling you, this doesn't even take a long time. All these things I told you so far, it's not like it's going to take you like an hour and a half. Honestly, it could take 10, 15 minutes. It's just not like 3 minutes like you probably used to do. 5 minutes. Like write 3 things you're grateful for and call it a day. These things are going to work for you. And I really want you to start trying. Okay. So, level up strategy number 5. This is called the time-lapse method. So this is just, if you're getting bored with the 5 things you're grateful for, and you want to push it a little forward and write more things. So this method is for you. You're going to write 3 things you're grateful for in the past, 3 in the present tense, and 3 in the future. So I'm going to explain that. So 3 in the past and 3 in the present, pretty easy, right? I'm grateful for last night's dinner. I'm grateful for, whatever happened in the past. It could be in the morning. Present is also easy. It's something I'm grateful for right now. I'm grateful for this pen. I'm grateful for this water. I'm grateful for this room. We can go on and on. And then the future, this is almost like a visualization. Saying what you're grateful for that hasn't happened. No, it hasn't happened yet, right? It's almost like visualizing it, but on paper. You believe and you're grateful for what hasn't happened. You're not tricking your brain. This is almost like visualization, where you're visualizing something in the future, a goal, whatever you want it to be, that didn't happen. So in this case, you're going to be grateful for something that didn't happen. This method I honestly do almost every day. 3 in the past, 3 in the present, 3 in the future. This is so powerful. Because the certainty of your past, right? You're writing things you're grateful for in the past and the present. These are things you're certain for, right? Because they happened. This carries over to the future things that hasn't happened. So yeah, it's really like visualizing on paper. And you are going to start visualizing in your head, right? As you write it down, you're going to think about those goals. I'm grateful for making $10,000 a month, whatever. Someone asked, does thinking about being grateful for something work as well? Or is your writing more effective? I honestly say writing is more effective, but both are, if you don't want to write, it's better to do one thing than nothing. A combination of both is amazing. This is exactly what I talked about of, waking up in the morning and going to sleep, thinking as well as writing is really powerful. And so try this time-lapse method and see how it feels for you. Again, hold judgment, because some people are going to be like, oh, it's stupid. I'm going to be grateful for something that didn't happen. Are you kidding me? So hold your judgment. It's almost like visualization, and it's going to feel really good. It's going to have you put your goals almost on paper, right? It's a time in your day that you're not only grateful, but you find a way to put your goals, your future goals on, and find a way to be grateful for those. It's honestly such a good combination. And so try that. If you're tired of the 5 things you're grateful for that I talked about earlier, try and list out these 9 things that we talked about. So, leveling up strategy number 6. This is called savoring. Many people probably heard about this, but what is savoring? Savoring is, let me give an example, right? 2 weeks ago, I've been walking in a forest with my dog. And an example of savoring in the moment is just listening and noticing the things around you, the sounds, smells, and just being grateful for the present moment. And really taking a second to stop, pause, don't look at your phone, pause and see whatever's around you, and be grateful for it. Another way to savor the moment, I'd say, is taking pictures. Yeah, I said don't look at your phone, but take pictures is a way to savor the moment. As you take the picture, really try to have your senses working, right? Smells, sounds, see whatever is around you, feel it. And you don't have to list it out, but just try to, you don't have to be like, oh, I'm grateful for this walk, for this dog, whatever. Just try to feel the gratitude in the moment. So that's an example, going on a walk. I do this a lot when I go on walks, just savoring the walk, the trees falling, the leaves around you. I meant the leaves falling. Anything around you, you're going to savor. It's going to feel good. That's just another way to savor the moment. That's an example. Take pictures and look around you. There's so many things happening around you, whether it's cars going, the trees, the plants, the leaves, the grass. Just look around. You don't have to physically and mentally say I'm grateful for it, but I can't really explain the feeling, but some of you probably guys know how you're just looking at something and you're just like, wow. You don't have to say anything, but you just stop. You don't have a phone in your face on Instagram. You're probably not talking to someone. You're just like, you could be talking, but you're just like, wow, enjoying the moment. You could do this with experiences, like with people as well. So whatever, you're going skydiving, anything, just savor the moment. The more you do this, the better you're going to feel. The more grateful you're going to be for your everything around you. And so with all these strategies that I talked about, you're going to just naturally spend more time on gratitude. It's not going to be a lot. You're not going to be like 3 hours because you won't have time for the other things in your day. But I really think that by investing more time in gratitude with the strategies I told you about, it's going to pay off. It's that 20% that gives you 80% of the results, in my opinion. It's really going to pay off. And you probably have been doing gratitude for a couple minutes, but I think adding these strategies is just going to be another way to spend more time on gratitude. Just like meditation is. With meditation, you can't meditate for 5 minutes and call it a day. You have to really invest time, 10, 15 minutes or more, and just get that skill refined, sharpened, etc. So same with gratitude. The more time you spend on it, the better. And naturally, with these tips that I mentioned, you're going to spend more time on it, whether you're conscious of it or not. So, boys, I hope this gave you value. These are just some strategies that I've learned from my experience. I'm sure there's a lot more. There's probably a million more things you could do with gratitude, but I'll be honest, I was just at a point in my life where I needed this, and it helped me so much. So if you haven't done gratitude ever, start with something. Abdur, thank you for your words. Thank you for your words, guys. I appreciate it. Really do. So, yeah, if you're a beginner, as I said, just start with something. Start with one thing before push it up, and then start implementing all of these strategies. Hold your judgment. Some of these sound funny or a little bit woo-woo and so on, whatever. Just hold your judgment. It's going to work for you. You got to make this a daily habit for the rest of your life. I don't think this is something you need to stop. Just like the gym, you want to do this for the rest of your life. And so what I want to do now is, as I said, I still have this beginner mindset where I feel like there's so much more to learn. I want to learn from you guys. If there's anyone that wants to share their experiences, maybe less questions, but more of, I want to hear people share their experiences, how gratitude has helped them, anything about gratitude. I want to hear. So raise your hand, guys. We're going to start bringing people up to the lecture stage for a little bit. I really want you to hear other perspectives because I don't have all the answers, but I have some from my experience, but I know there's a lot more. So I really want to learn from you guys. And let's keep going. We're not done. So let's keep learning, boys. Let's see if the Redemption has something to say. We're going to bring you up.
Oh, thanks, man.
How are you?
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
Straight all the way up from Austria, Central Europe.
You're an Austrian, man.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I'm an Austrian. I mean, like, but the reason, like, really listen to you say, and there was like a big portion of which I like agreed, but like as I said, like in the chat, I had something really important that I wanted to talk about, especially like when you started to explain like your strategies step by step. I really wanted to say something for the people who have maybe struggled a little bit, and then I'm going to tell like my experiences and yeah, not only experiences but like things that have helped me with gratitude. So I think like the thing you recommended are pretty good. I would not like say they don't work, but like the thing that has like come to my mind is for the people who may struggle a bit because they come from a more traumatic like background. Maybe, I don't know, had some trauma they have gone through. So I thought to myself, why not also give like them a little bit of help? So I thought to myself, since I can like relate to these kinds of people very good, but I thought to myself, how do you help a person who has like lots of negative thoughts in their head, not maybe a stable or happy home, and yeah, struggles with gratitude? I thought to myself, well, it would be I think the best is when we start with one basic, is definitely to journal. I would recommend to journal, but if you are stubborn or a bit stubborn like me, or have maybe some problems with that, try to go to a place, maybe to your local park or anywhere where you feel at ease, and
I lost you. Can anyone else hear him? Or is it just me? Yeah, we lost you, man. RIP. Okay, so let me try again. Let's move you again and try one more time. Yeah, I hear you now.
I see. Well, yeah, I also DM'd you about that because I recognize it. But Yeah, I said like if journaling doesn't work because the trauma you have is so deeply ingrained, try to go to your local park or a place where you feel at ease, and try to listen to a song. Not something that is hyping up you too much, right? Like some of you guys may like to hear to something that makes you more aggressive. I wouldn't recommend, only if it's a way for you to what's called to reduce the impact and the problems you have with that. I would really like recommend go to a park and go to a place maybe with water somewhere and try to activate a more soothing song, right? Like try to activate a soothing song, and then when like this works, try to lay down to a bench, think for a moment, and then not think like for the things you're grateful for, but think of everything you have accomplished. I think like a good way of tackling that is not only thinking about like the things you're grateful for, or to say, oh, I'm grateful for this and that and so on, but also to remember the things you accomplished. Because I think it's a good way when you remember the things you've accomplished, you're also going to be very grateful. Yet again, you talked about how going to the gym could help, and I would agree on that, but I think it's also good to remind yourself at times where you may struggle because of the issues I've named and the issue I've right now talked about, but maybe also from other issues. But try to tell yourself or remind yourself that you've come so far, right? Like you've come so far, you've accomplished so much, and then when you like remind yourself of that, you are going to be more grateful for the things you have. So I think, yeah, to me, because I said, I'm going to talk about me after I gave some tip, yeah, on the tip and also trick if you want. So, well, with me, like I try to do the same. Basically, like I'm thinking about journaling, right? Like it's just a thing. It's a bit stressful for me right now. I'm also currently everything's like in the moment, like currently in the moment right now. It's a slow process, but I'm going to move out at the place where I'm right now. So I'm very very stressed by that, like right, like very excited, and it's like occupying my mind, and it's also like the things I've talked so far, also going to therapy because of certain issues. But yeah, so I've tried to go to outside for my try to go outside, maybe do some exercises, because I know just going outside won't really help alone. So I did some exercises, maybe some push-ups, maybe some more complicated issues. And after that, turned on my favorite song, and yeah, reminded myself of all the things that I've accomplished. Like even when I had like a very bad moment, I reminded myself, hey dude, I mean, like, it's tough right now, and the situation isn't very easy. But first off, my guy, like, that's okay, and you've come so far. Like, remember, maybe I don't know, a year ago, you wouldn't even thought this would be possible, and right now, you have pushed yourself out of this like misery and all of this negative self-talk. So yeah, this is how I practice the gratitude, like every time, even when I'm not like actively behaving in the way you would think of me. I'm still like reminding myself of that. Yeah.
Wow, it's so valuable. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, man. That I'm sure helped a lot of people, including myself. Appreciate that.
Yeah, before I go, it's like, I know that this could maybe help, because right now I'm going through like the same issues many are facing, right? Like the situation for me is actually really emotional, stressful. It's just like I don't show this like outwardly, but I thought, well, can help. I could maybe can help people with that, because it's like one of my actions or my big goal is actually to make, a difference, to make like an impact. because I see like there's so many things that can be improved and worked on. Yeah.
Well, man, best of luck to you. Thank you for the valuable input. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Man.
You can.
All right, boys. Let's add a couple more people that are interested in talking. Let's get you hopping in, share a few stuff.
Yo.
Hello. How are you?
Doing good. How about you?
Doing great, man. Anything you could share with us?
Really, I guess this is like my first experience, like really kind of like sitting back and like taking like gratitude journaling and like thinking about stuff that I'm grateful for, like really seriously. Because I think I typed this in chat earlier, is that some days I do have those negative thoughts when I like wake up and I'm just like, oh shit, I gotta wake up early, I gotta get ready, gotta go to work, da 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 da. But and like usually I'm kind of like just pedal to the metal and like being able to take a step back. I like, even though like I may not be exactly where I want to be in life, but like life isn't hopeless. Life isn't all, doom and gloom. And realizing that with, my first, gratitude journaling was really like, I don't know how to describe it. Like I had like a big ass grin on my face, not gonna lie, while listening to the lecture and journaling. So it's like,
you journaled while you were listening to the lecture?
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. So you've never tried it before?
No.
Damn, that's awesome. I'm so happy I could get more people onto this. And you said it felt amazing.
Yes, it did.
Are you going to keep on doing this?
Oh, for sure.
Damn, man. Just keep it up. It's I feel like at one point, especially in the first couple of times you do this, right, it's going to feel amazing. And then at some point, you're going to be at baseline, right? Like, you're going to feel like you want more and more. But there's a point where you can't just give up. You got to keep showing up, and I wish that for you. It's going to really pay off.
Thank you. Thank you for hosting this lecture as well.
Yeah, man. Of course.
A lot of people's eyes up, including myself.
I'm glad you were able to share that with me as well. That was really awesome to learn.
All right.
Thank you, man. I'll see you.
No problem.
Awesome, boys. So glad I could actually get people onto this. It's amazing. You heard him? It works, and it feels amazing. So really want you guys to, if you have never done this before, after this lecture, go ahead and give yourself 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Let's get more people in. Yeah, Coach actually dipped, so. What's up, man?
Yo, what's good?
How are you?
I'm good, bro. What about you?
Good. Do you have anything else to add? Maybe any experiences with gratitude, anything you can teach?
Yeah. Like, I was looking back today at my school day, and I hated school, but like, when you look back at it now, it's crazy. Like, you're never going to see those people again. It's like, I don't know, it's like kind of grateful.
Mm-hmm.
Yo.
Man, what you said about school? You talked about school, right?
Bro,
I'm losing it. I can't really hear you well. So, are you really close to your mic? Yeah, man, I think we lost him.
Yo.
Oh, much better.
What's good?
Yeah, much better.
Yeah. Did you hear me?
I hear you, man. What were you sharing? It was a little cut off.
Blood. Yeah. I mean, I was just saying, bro. Like, I was in high school, now I'm in college. I just look back at the people I met there. It's like I didn't like school, but now looking back at it, it's like I'm grateful for them. Feel me?
Mm.
Yeah.
So when you were there, you didn't have that time to be grateful. You're saying,
Yeah. But like now it's like I kind of miss them because they was like part of my life for like 5 years.
you missed them.
Yeah.
Wow, man. So you're saying you're just like stopping and just being grateful for something you
Yeah.
weren't
Yeah.
grateful for.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah. Sorry, I cut you off.
yo,
Anything you'd like to share? Anything else, man? Any other experiences, or is this your first time kind of just pausing and being grateful?
yeah. I just started self improvement like a week ago.
Oh wow! So this is
I'm new to this.
uh-huh. Oh man, yeah. I wish you the best of luck on this journey, and this is just one of the tools that are just gonna help you so much.
Alright, bro. Alright, thank you.
Nice, man. Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you.
See you, bro.
See you.
Guys, don't be shy. If you want to come on, no, this is a no judgment free zone. We're not gonna judge you, your English or anything. So, yeah, Kira, let's hear you. Let's see. We invited you, bro. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I just wanted to say that my English is really bad.
You're good, man.
Yeah, it's my first time speaking to a crowd of people here on the internet, so I'm quite stressed at the moment.
Don't worry about it. It's normal, man. I hear you well, and your English is really good.
My heart is rushing at the moment.
So, man, anything you'd like
I try
to add?
get calm. Yeah, I have some experience that I got yesterday that I want to share.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's kind of what we said about the whole gratitude journaling, but it's more correlated to meditation. But I think these two things are intertwined.
Mhm.
So yesterday I woke up really early, and I got to the gym, did all the things I had to do, and the way back home, I started to do the things Hansa said in his meditation video. Like, he said that meditating is like watching a fire, seeing the nature.
Mhm.
And I started doing that. And I began to be grateful for the things that I was watching in the road, and birds singing. Normally, I tend to think a lot, and my mind is not empty at all. Like every time I do something, I overthink, and
Uh-huh.
well, But at this moment, my mind is clear. It was really refreshing, I would say. So in this moment, I begin to be more grateful than I ever have been in my life. Like I was hearing all the birds, looking at the stones of the road and the format. And I think the gratitude journaling is not only on paper. You need to put this in your life, like extend on all times.
Man, that's powerful. Yeah. Just looking outside and seeing the things
Yeah.
outside.
Just looking at the leaves and how they look, it's really powerful.
Well, man. I'm so
Yeah.
grateful to come on.
I think that's all. Like, you just, yeah. I am Brazilian.
What is it, man?
Well,
You were saying something. Sorry.
I think the thing you must do is not like just write it and be grateful for the things you write it on paper. You need to go out and expand it, all the things that you have written on the put in your head.
Right, not just on paper.
Understand?
I mean, thank you so much. Thank you for bringing that up, and I'm happy you came on. Does it feel? I'm sure it feels better to just get out of the comfort zone and speak, right?
Yes, I'm really out of the comfort zone.
Yeah, man. Do things that are outside of your comfort zone. I'm happy you came on. And you shared some valuable stuff. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, bye, dude. I hope it works for someone.
I'm sure it will. Well, it works for you. That's important. Thank you, man, for coming on. This is amazing to hear. And yeah, guys, get out of your comfort zone. I'm sure it felt amazing to do that for him. Let's hear. I know there was someone waiting for a while. Let's see. Darren, we're going to get you in.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm actually speaking. Oh, okay. Hi. So I'm Darren, and I'd like to talk about what being optimistic is actually like, how beneficial it is, and what pessimism do for you.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me all right?
I hear you well.
Okay, that's great. So, a little bit of background about myself. I am a immigrant coming from South Korea. So that makes me Asian in terms of ethnicity. And I've immigrated in Canada in like 2018, and I wasn't really familiar with English. So that tough environment kind of put myself into this really negative place because I wasn't really able to speak with anyone. And it was a dark place to be in. So that really like let myself down, and then I've created some sort of isolation that I am just rock bottom, like I'm not worthy of anything. And then that's really bad. I think it's obvious, but that's really bad because you're like limiting yourself of who you are, and that's not really good because that just kind of fixes who you are, and then you're just stuck there and not going back up. So what gratitude journaling could do is turn your mind a little bit optimistic about just what's going around yourself, so that you could change your mindset and then eventually climb up to where you're going to be. Because with pessimistic mindset, like let's say I want to become an entrepreneur, with pessimistic mindset, you're not going to like think that it's realistic. You're just going to say, oh, nah, this is just unrealistic. It's not going to happen. But with optimistic thinking, you're actually going to try for that, even if you don't make it.
Mm-hmm.
And trials and tribulation is actually what I believe is what builds as a human being. Experience is a really valuable thing, in my opinion. And yeah, so I just want to say that being positive about everything is pretty much how you grow fast. And gratitude journaling is like one of the best ways to actually be optimistic about things.
Mm-hmm. Anything
sorry.
else? No, sorry.
Anything else? I like to say that I'm really thankful for this cult and like how I joined here 3 months ago. I was in a really dark place. I'm really thankful for this community, and that's all I want to say.
Thank you so much, man. It was really nice hearing your story.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
for sharing it. I'm sure it helped a lot of people.
Yeah. All right, thanks.
Thank you. Sorry, I cut you off, but thank you so much for coming on, Darren. You made some amazing points. Let's get more people in. Benit, I want to hear what you have. Come on, Benit.
My bad. I couldn't figure out where to click to get on. But yeah, no. So basically, I was studying gratitude for a bit. And, there were a bunch of studies posted by psychologists, and they found that people who are grateful basically have better personalities, which of course it would be reversed with people that, who have better personalities. They are more grateful, right? It's more of a, like vice versa kind of thing. But, they've also found connections between people's self-report of their levels of gratitude and their self-report of their levels of health. And, there's a bit of a problem with that because, healthy people are more grateful. You could derive from the literature so far that the idea that being grateful probably helps you. It helps get along with people. It decreases your stress levels. It's just a good thing in general, right? So, I mean, I don't think those studies are conclusive. They're not, I wouldn't say they're fully researched. But, I mean, it's definitely a better way to live. I mean, it does depend on how you define better. And, there are ethics of gratitude in a sense. And, it sounds weird because we think that it's a good thing to be grateful. It gives you an appreciation for what you have. Like, it balances negative feelings with positive ones. But, I think there's like two ways in which gratitude can go wrong. It's that people can misplace gratitude. They think like being excessively grateful for the wrong things it's like abusive or controlling. Like, for example, in relationships, right? Where gratitude and the demand for gratitude can be a very effective vehicle of control. It's a bit of like, if you've studied psychology, there's this thing called variable reward. It's like you're grateful for something and then a few days you're not. It's how social media controls you in a sense. Like, look at domestic violence. Like, it can go wrong. Gratitude can go wrong around domestic violence because we can treat things as gifts when they're not given to us. And if we're grateful for a privilege we have or a gain we have that is taken from somewhere and someone else. And, like look at Thanksgiving Day. That's something to think about, like being grateful for history, right?
Right.
Like celebrate that and all that. Like, history includes theft. We're implying that we are affirming the way things are and how they ought to be, that it's right. And it's a bit of a double-edged sword in a sense, right? It's very. What do you think? Like, what are your thoughts on how gratitude can have a bit of a negative effect?
You know what? That's the first time I honestly thought about it. Like, I didn't really think about it that way. So it's interesting that you bring that up. What else have you researched about, like, or what else have you found about, stuff like that?
Well, it's just in general, people who are more grateful, they have better health, right? Of course. But at the same time, when you're overly grateful, it's like you take that gratitude for granted. And I've kind of seen that play out because personally, I've been doing gratitude journaling since like June, like early July. And ever since then, the first time I had it, I was like so happy. Like, how like after your gratitude journal, you like smile, like you can physically smile, and you're like, damn, right? Like, you're grateful for your body. You're like, damn, like I built a body, right? And but now I try to find things to be grateful for, right? Like for example, after a few months, I don't do the same thing every day. I do like different things. Like after a while, I say I'm grateful for my body, and I look down. I'm just like, okay, there's nothing particularly special about this. So it is a bit of something that dulls out over time. Have you experienced that?
You know what? But what do you mean by dulls out, especially? Like it fades or what?
Yeah, like the effect of it fades over time, kind of like newbie gains in a sense, right? Like you start working out, you make a bunch at the start. Like the first year, you get a bunch of gains, and then after, it's like not as much, right?
100%. I actually feel the same way, and it's almost like you said, like newbie gains. You start in the beginning, you're like, damn, like that feeling is just incredible. And then you do it for months and months, and it almost reaches baseline. I think your body just almost gets used to that gratitude or I think happiness level. And I think it's almost like a good thing because it means you're just doing better than you used to. I'd say about the negative thing that like the negative side of gratitude that you mentioned is very interesting. But I think you have to, like, let's say you were saying, Benny, you were saying, I'm grateful for my body, right? Mm-hmm. Some people can just do that and then just be like, oh, so if I'm grateful for it, there's no need to work for anything else or go to the gym, etc. I think a good mindset is you're grateful, but at the same time, there's more, right? I'm grateful for everything. My body's amazing, but I'm not done. There's so much more to improve and learn. Almost have like a beginner mindset or beginner just mindset that there is more, and I'm just I'm grateful, but I can improve this, and I'm so excited to improve this, and so on. What do you think?
Yeah, that is interesting how you mentioned like it's something that, like I see someone wrote in the chat, it's hedonic adaptations, kind of what I was relating to. But yeah, how you mentioned to it being like newbie gains. Like after a while, you kind of get adapted. You're like what's the point of working out because I'm grateful for it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's ego taking over. It's, in a sense, it's like ego taking over. Like it's you're happy for what you have, but at the same time, right, you want to get more. It's a bit of a paradox, I would say.
Yeah.
So you said the best solution to that is, knowing that you want more, right?
Yeah, don't have the mindset, I think, of just being grateful for X or Y is an excuse to stop or an excuse to just settle and be comfortable. That I think is a mindset, and that's a growth mindset. It's not a bad thing. It's not like a negative mindset. You're happy, you're grateful, but you're like, damn, I could be so much better. Not in a toxic way, because I see how you could argue, oh, it's all toxic. You're always gonna want more. But no, I think just having growth mindset is really powerful here.
Yeah, that does make sense. But I guess I'm gonna throw the same argument you just mentioned at you. You try to be grateful, right? But are you truly happy about where you're at? Because you have goals. Like I have goals behind me. It says, like 175 pounds, all that. And I'm happy where I'm at. Like if I stopped working out today, I'd be happy where I'm at, right?
Right.
But at the same time, like when you say you're grateful for your body, I mean, sure, there's a lot of other examples, but you say you're grateful for your body, then are you really grateful? Because there's a much bigger achievement. So is there a way to counter that in a sense?
That's, it's a tough question. I really think that's a hard one because, you're saying you're always going to be looking like, oh, I'm 165 now, I can be 175 or like, I'm grateful, but so it could be a little bit toxic in that way. but you could just look at it like, our mind is always going to gravitate towards that, but I think we would be in a better place than not practicing gratitude at all. I think that's like also another mindset. Like, yeah, you can argue you're never really truly going to be like, oh, there's always going to be more, right? So you're never truly going to be like super grateful, but adding that gratitude every day is much better than not, right? You're going to feel better. Like the science just says it's going to be better. Yeah, I do agree with you though. It's kind of like scary in a way because there's always going to be more, but I think we prefer to be practicing gratitude and having that kind of side of the mind that's always going to gravitate towards wanting more than not practicing gratitude and having that, because then you'll feel shitty too. So it's definitely hard,
Yeah, and I like how you mentioned it. I think there's two types of growth mindsets, right? Now this is kind of I'm thinking of this right now. It just popped in my head, right? There's two types of growth mindsets. There's the people who are happy with what they have, but they know they can get more. And then there's the people who are like, they're not happy with what they have and they know they can get more. Mm-hmm. And I think you can make a distinction with that between, I hate these pill stuff, but the black pill, red pill, all that, right? Mm-hmm. The black pill says like you don't have it, so you're unable to achieve it because it's like genetic, right? But then you look at red pill, they're like, oh, you can achieve it, right? So I think like, do you know if there's a term for that? Like the double-sided.
I'm not sure. Anyone in the chat knows maybe? Benny, can you repeat it again for people to hear?
I was saying that the growth mindset, it's like there's two sides of a growth mindset, right? There's the positive growth mindset, the negative one. Mm-hmm. So there's like the growth mindset where you already have good stuff, but you could do better. And then there's people who say that they're not in a good place and they can't do better.
Yeah, almost like two sides of the same coin, like Pity said. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, man, it's interesting to think about. Like, honestly, I never thought about gratitude in that way, that, it could get tricky. It's not only sunshine and rainbow, obviously, right? So it's interesting you brought this up.
So definitely, yeah, give that some thought. I have an appointment, so I kind of have to leave. I'm sorry.
No problem. Nice having you on. Really nice having you.
I am grateful you put me up here.
Thank you, man. I'm grateful for you. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, man. You have a good one.
You too. Damn, that was very nice. Let's get some Adonises for this guy. For Benit. My man. Yes. Let's go, Benit. I want to talk with you offline more about this very interesting conversation. Guys, thank you so much for listening. I'd like to end by saying, before you go, I'm very grateful for you guys for listening. Obviously, in this lecture, I'm going to have to say that. I'm sorry, I really have to go, so we're going to end it up here. But before you go, I'm going to share my YouTube channel. If you'd like to support me, that would be awesome. I'm going to release more content about stuff like this and just general self-improvement stuff. So I hope I gave you value. I really do hope I gave you value and helped you. I don't want to just do this lecture and make you feel like, and just waste your time or anything. I want this to actually work for you, and I want you to apply this. So have a mindset that you're actually going to apply this. You just didn't waste an hour of your life. This is going to be used to actually take action. So take action, boys. Kiss for you, boys. And my channel right here, boys. Hope you can support me. That would be really awesome. I would appreciate that. And yeah, very grateful for you guys. And I'm gonna host more and more. So I'll see you guys soon. Be grateful for the small things, boys. And thank you. I'll see you guys.